Okay. Alright. Hello! Hello! We have returned. I mean, it's not installed. Huh. I thought I had that DLC. Oh. That don't matter. That don't matter. Alexa, stop. Oh. Yeah. No. Let us continue on with some tyranny. Ooh, we haven't played this in a bit. I hope everyone's ready to be evil. We're gonna be very evil. Evil. Oh, is the game frozen? No? Okay, perfect. I was worried I got frozen.
Right.
Alright. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's see, what is our current quest? Purple Spear, Scottish Troublemaker, Mouth, Breather, and Ephesus, Metalize your target this favorite. Supply this favorite opponent in a village near Lafane's Crossing. Travel there and subdue him before he breaks to the Cato village. Front Mouth, Breather, Ephesus, free escapes. Okay. So let us see. Alright, let's talk to Graven Ash first, I guess. Ooh, that's a lot of people.
Can't do that.
Let's grab that. Okay. There's Graven Ash. These reports list all known Scarlet Force outposts and strongholds as well as troop compositions. Interesting. Hello, Graven. Fatebinder. It is good of you to report in. These days it is difficult enough to judge friend from foe. I am pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Ash favors you with a curt nod. I see you brought the voices and rats spying whore to my doorstep, lest you think me amused by your irresponsible conduct. Know that I am not. Verse is a useful ally. I need her on my side. At least until we get tired of each other. Don't worry, old man. I'm not going to drive a blade into your spine. Not while you're wearing a breastplate as thick as the old walls, anyway. Graven Ash glares at first and returns his severe expression back to you. His mouth is set to a disapproving line, and he seems on the brink of saying more, but waves off the matter. After what transpired at Vendrian's Well, it is favored must hold fast to our allies. You are here because of your support at the siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scarlet Chorus would not have you. I'm here to serve the disfavored and stop this civil war. Tunon is my master, and he stands above your petty squabbles. I hope you can convince me that I made the right choice. Convince you? It is hardly my job to convince you. Serving me will engender trust between us, and opportunities may allow you to rise above your standing as the adjudicator's clerk. You may be my soldier for a time, not disfavored, but closer than most will ever get. What is it you require? We have a realm to conquer in the name of Kyros. What is our next move? Glory to the Overlord, he shouts, a breastplate surrounding this favored rattle within their salutes. With the voices of Narat's betrayal of our cause, our mission to control this forsaken peninsula has become all more dire. We had thought the Vendrian God were the final death rattle of this region's defiance. We were wrong. The Tears have risen up against Kyros, emboldened by their countrymen. And while the disfavored labor to maintain order, the serpent, the voices of Narat, grows his army of lunatics and sellswords, preparing to lash out when we least suspect it. I can only imagine that the voices is driving his gangs mad with plots to storm this fortress. Yes, indeed. There can be no peace while the voices of Narat live, and no order while the Scarlet Chorus rampage across these lands. The elimination of chaos must be our first priority. And then we will have our time to govern the Tears as Kyros is intended. Can I depend upon your support against the Scourge? What would you have me do? Our position of 40 in the Blade Grave is far from secure. We need to establish ourselves in the region in order to cultivate our strength for the battle to come. As soon as I am confident in our chances, we will depart this realm and wipe the Chorus fret from the face of Taratus. The Unbroken, former daughters and sons of Stalwart, vex our efforts to secure this region. The Edict of Storms offers them cover. They slip past our patrols in the light of day, hiding their movements behind clouds of dust and debris. Kyros cast this blight on the country to set an example, not to plague those of us loyal to the north. You must travel to Sentinel Stand and seek out Stradius Herodin. He is the last of the old Stalwart bloodline who calls himself Regents. Put him to the sword and end this edict once and for all. Who is Stradius Herodin? The last of the elder bloodline that ruled Stalwart and maintained its dignity. He's also a filthy coward! During this last battle of Stalwart, he crouched behind the walls of Sentinel Stand, Keep, and refused to meet our forces on the battlefield. Why is he so important to the edict? He would neither surrender nor impel his soldiers to do so. As such, the Kyros decreed that storms would ravage the country until the regent was dead. Stradius Herodin. Ah! Sorry, I'm a little... Oh. I woke up from a nap earlier. Stradius Herodin was free to kill himself, of course. Free to kill himself, of course, but he was either too proud or too gutless for the task. Why has no one killed him yet? Because he persists in crouching behind the walls of Sentinel Stand with the Edict of Storms raging around the Citadel. No one has been able to enter or exit since the last year of the conquest. No bird or missive has left the wind wall. Either the Edict is all the proof we have that Herodin still lives. Tell me about the Edict of Storms. Kyros visited this plague upon the land of Stalwart to punish their leader's cowardice. We had thought the edict would have been dispelled long ago, but to our dismay it endures. The rust and debris filling the air is a source of constant irritation and hampers our ability to conduct this war on our terms. We should consider the subjugation of Stalwart and the ending of this edict task of equal importance. Consider it done. Find the last regent, kill him, and this edict of storms, and staunch the seeping wound of rebellion once and for all. The downfall of the Unbroken, and the old regent will send a message throughout the Tears. Our rule is absolute, and dissidence will not be tolerated. Yes. Consider it done. There's one final matter to discuss. My daughter went missing in the second year of the conquest. I have reason to believe she is trapped in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. If you can find Amelia, bring her home to me. How do you know she's in Sentinel Stand? It is the one location in all Stalwart we cannot reach. If her detachment of soldiers were taken to captive, she would have been placed beyond my power. No doubt for the southern wretches to use for negotiation. His expression twists with distaste. Tell me about her. She has her father's stubborn persistence. She is an excellent fighter, though more brazen and eager to test herself on the field of battle. I have objected to this disposition in the past, but it seems as integral to her being as the very breath she draws. Our relationship has endured its challenges. The last several years I have been a better general to her than a father. Once the war is over and she is resorted to the Legion, I hope we can find it in ourselves to know each other once more. What makes you think she's still alive? We have traveled together through this fallen, corrupt land. You are no doubt aware of the Aegis. Gravenage, Archon of War, is capable of shielding your story. Oh, okay. I extend to my troops. It is the boon I grant my northerners for loyal service and devotion to our shared cause. As my army feels my guardianship, I'm keenly aware of them in turn, their concern, their pain. It is my burden to carry as their leader. Amelia is alive. I have awoken at night in cold sweats, my bile rising with violence. What torment she suffers at the hands of those stalwart animals is a mystery. I only want her restored to heal in the company of the Legion. I will find her and I will ensure her safe return. That is all I ask. Amelia is but one soldier, yet if I had the forces to dispatch, I would make her retrieval my highest priority. She is a commander of the highest renown and a paragon of northern values. Fatebinder, I offer you my support on this mission. The Blade Grave is a place of memory. I left my cohorts buried among the ruins, and no small part of myself as well. Could you elaborate? The matter's a sensitive one, but I fear to speak it in the company of the great general, though he doubtless knows it already. Beric attempts to stand tall before Graven Ash. Speak on, son of Baraconan. Nothing I've seen you accomplish in the field has diminished you in my eyes. I know my soldiers as well as I know myself. Ash nods with approval. I lost countrymen by the thousands in the last day of the stalwart campaign, and from my troubles I became fused in this armor. The Blade Grave is the last place I ever felt human. That is all I will say about it now. The last battle of Stalwart was a terrible time. Perhaps most of all for you who survived. I mourn those we lost and recite their names often during the morning drills. We cannot restore their broken bodies to the north, but we can remember them as they were. Is that all? Your manner has changed. Beric stands straighter, and for a moment you can't tell if he's going to lash out or crumble into himself. You are prepared for anything. After a long pause, his shoulders sag the slightest bit. My cohort marched on sentinel stand to complete a mission. We failed. The walls of the keep defied us, and the last regent of Stalwart refused to meet us in battle. The coming of Kyros edict cut us off from our objective. Because of this, the Blade Grave is also a place of great risk. You invested much in this mission. Of course you can accompany me. I appreciate that, Fatebinder. Graven Ash is attentive and understanding to each of his troops, as it pleases me to see his example in you. And in you, Armored One, never forget that I found you at the mere germination of your potential, and you have accomplished much in these ensuing years. Thank you, General. Tee-hee. The map is already marked for Sentinel. It would take me 100 lifetimes to forget those old walls or the edict shattered events. I have further questions for the Archon Wall. Ask, Fatebinder. Take care with your time. The Unbroken crawl over this territory like ants, unchecked by northern boot. I want to know about the disfavored. We are more than a mere army. I ensure that the disfavored legion represents everything we hold dear in the north. Rigid discipline, training to perfection, respect for law, and the importance of family. As conquerors, it is our duty to teach the savage lands not just how to live up to the values and the Empire sets, but how to live for them. What is the Legion's history? As Kyros is to conquer the north under a single banner, there were those of us who resisted the call to unification. I was a young warlord at the time, petulant and inflated by pride. I rallied the sons and daughters of the north to stand against Kyros. Our offensive was valiant. We planted our shields between the armies of Kyros and our homeland, declaring that no tyrants cross us. You actually stood against the Overlord? Unbelievable as it may seem, in retrospect that is so. At the time, I thought it was the only available option. Bending the knee to a foreign power is not a prospect I could audience easily. Our name suggests the army has a blemished history, but our uprising in defense of the north is a source of pride. Would that I could have stood in your shield wall, General. You were there in essence, my champion. The bloodline of Baraconan reaches into the deepest annals of northern lore, or else you would not count yourself among my beloved soldiers. Ash inclines his head towards Beric with reverence. We held our ground for a time, drawing the attention of others who would add their strength to ours. Every victory was discussed and celebrated by utter warring factions that refused to submit. As you have witnessed, none can stand against Kyros. Eventually, my legion shattered against the relentless onslaught of Archons and soldiers. They brought me in chains before Tunon. He told me the enemies of Kyros would all be put to the sword unless I took that one opportunity to surrender and join the fold. Oh, thank you, Looney. Thank you, Looney. I appreciate that. I was doing a little shrimping. Go on. Out of loyalty and love for my countrymen, I swallowed my pride and bent the knee, offering my sword and my life to the Empire. My army was granted the rights of Kyros' peace, and we lived on as servants of the Overlord. Since we had transgressed and rebelled against the offerings of Kyros' protection, my elite legion was stripped of their decorated name and dubbed disfavored, a mocking reminder of our past crimes. Even as we stand above all others in the ways of war, we struggle to earn back Kyros' favor. Every soldier in my legion is descended from those who stood with me in the rebellion. I keep them close to me because they were the finest northern stock, and their continued lineage is a reminder of Kyros' mercy. That goes for you as well, child of the North. By your unwavering loyalty and respect for our heritage, you are beloved in my eyes. He nods at Barrick. Disgusting. I hope you don't expect me to listen to this sentimental drivel for much longer. You sound jealous, Verse. Maybe you just don't know how it feels to be favored by an Archon. Nor would I want to. If the voices were not, if the voices of Nara takes an interest in you, that's one step closer to having your skin flayed and sewn into his tent. Oh. Tell me of the units. Most of the Legion is made of stone shields. They are the bricks in our shield wall. The Iron Walkers are the trained and efficient killers who branch out from behind the phalanx to fight amongst the enemy ranks. Crescent Runners are the fleet-footed light infantry who bait the enemy into premature attack. The Oathbound are specialized scouts and advanced infantry. Then there are the Iron Guard, tempered in the forge of war, armored to survive any blow, and commanders of surprising skill. Surpassing skill. I can't read, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. The only other units are my Earthshakers, the former mages of Karen, who command avalanches and harness nature's fury to our ends. You regard Southerners with great severity. The South squatted in willful ignorance of Kyros' superiority for so long that they don't deserve my respect. As the rest of the Empire coalesced into a united shared culture, the Tearsmen prided themselves as distinct. Hola, ¿cómo está, mamiko? Hello, my child, how are you? Gracias, mamiko, gracias. Actually, I'm gonna read that in Spanish. Hola, hijo mío Grimsley Bear, ¿cómo estás? Esperemos que tú y tu familia estén bien, deseando un maravilloso descanso de su día y arroyo. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mamiko. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My family's doing well, and I'm also doing great. I hope you're doing well, and I'm also hoping your family's doing good. How are you, Mamiko? How you doing? We looked on them afar with nothing but scorn. All that I see in the tears confirms my bias. There is lawlessness, neglect, corruption, infighting, everything that vaunted North has disposed of through superior breeding and culture. Interesting. You don't see that as contradictory? You stood up against Kyros after all. Ooh, I could go with the lore. Gain wrath. Damn! That happened centuries ago, during the earliest days of the Northern Conquest. If you think these periods of history can easily compared, then you are no more short-sighted than I could have imagined. I like what you did there, but one of these days we should sit down and discuss how you talk to an Archon. It begins and ends like this. Don't piss off an Archon. I stood against presumptive overlord to defend a way of life that no longer exists. The South can afford no such illusions. Kyros has dominated every corner of Taratus, and claiming these lands by might is already accomplished in all but name. This is so much reading, holy crap. We're all well, thanks for asking. Glad that everything was well. Loved you. I love you too. I love you too, Mamiko. And I'm glad everyone's doing good. I'm glad you're all doing good. The realms of the South are the realms of the South are willfully ignorant of their place in the world, and I will neither celebrate or flatter it with terms like independence or rebellion. With full knowledge of the consequences, the former lords of the South endangered the lives of their people. This cannot be tolerated. Of course, it's possible that these Tearsmen may come to enjoy all the best Kyros is offering, but it takes generations of trial and long-term eradication of culture as they know it. Do the disfavored have their own laws? I hold the Legion to a particular set of standards. We don't have laws as you would know them under Tunan's teaching, but every soldier in the Legion is aware of my expectations. The first, honor the Legion in thought and deed. I cannot allow atrocity or heinous crime to drag my respectable Northmen into shame. I expect my soldiers to follow Kyros' mandates and conduct themselves respectably. The second, honor all oaths with your life. This respects the vows made to me as Archon and Kyros as Overlord. There can be no formal marriage for the disfavored ranks. This to prevent any obligations higher than military. My soldiers can pair up and sire offsprings as they wish. The North needs daughters and sons, and I would not force my countrymen to choose between family and loyalty. And last, honor your shield and weapon. The maintenance and care of arms and armor are critical to a soldier's success on the field. Of course, there are rare exceptions. How do you fare under the shell of iron, son Barraconan? How do you fare under that shell of you, or the shell of iron, son of Barraconan? The Archon regards Barrack with interest. Well, General, I know I'm not in top form, but I am able to execute my duties with distinction. So the reason why he said that, by the way, Mamiko, is Barrack, this guy right here, he, because of like this like big magic spell called an edict, he was fused. He's fused into his armor. Like his armor is fused into his skin. He cannot take it off. So it's hard for him to clean it, and it's like rusty and everything. I feel bad for that man. I want to ask you about your rebellion against Kyros. You are right to be curious about our history, but it concerns me that you would speak of rebellion in the past. The uprising of the past might inform our present efforts. They might, at that, none of the squalling tearsmen hold a candle to my efforts, but I'd rather you march forth understanding your enemy than not. So you want to hear I decimated the armies of Kyros, built my legion around northern valleys, and achieved a measure of power? It's true that I accomplished much as a northern warlord, but my life began in earnest under the Overlord's tutelage. Sounds like the animatronics in FNAF. It really does. So, okay. I think this might be your first time seeing me play this game. So in this game, we play as the Fatebinder, this guy right here. We are the Fatebinder. We kind of work for a guy called Tunan as his kind of like agent, right? And Tunan works for the Overlord, Kyros, who is this Overlord, right? We work for the bad guys. We are the bad guys. And we're trying to conquer a land. And they're rebelling against us. But we are like, no, so we're trying to conquer it. And there's two major factions within our bigger faction that are currently in a civil war. Graven Ash's faction, known as the Disfavored. Right? And they're more like lawful evil, and they're very militaristic, very like, And then you have the Voices of Nerat's faction, which is known as the Scarlet Course. They're very chaotic evil, so they're much more like brutal. They're also crazy. They're also very cult-like. It's very interesting stuff. Anyways, and Graven Ash's faction, before they were known as the Disfavored, they were known as a different army that rebelled against Kyros because they didn't want to be under Kyros, but then they later submitted. We choose violence. Yes. But they later submitted to Kyros and joined Kyros' army as the Disfavored. Who did you defeat during your rebellion? I defeated Blood Echo, the Archon of War at the time, by leading him into a trap. He must have been so consumed by the fury of the hunt that he overlooked a bit of hasty misdirection. Ash chuckles and shakes his head. Even the execution of that foe was nothing compared to the victory I would win later. I also defeated the Voices of Nerat. The general beamed with pride. Strange to imagine that happening many years ago, and here we are again. My legion nearly destroyed. The Scarlet Course humiliated them. In fact, I suspected the Archon of Secrets is still licking his wounded pride. I wonder if he would remember the conflict differently, or at all for that matter. The Voices has a long memory, but a short attention span. Verse here, she's actually a member of Scarlet Corps, but because she's part of my party, she works for me. His soldiers are disposable and unloved as anything can be. The voices hold his pride and satisfaction in higher regard. He's crafty enough that nothing can wound him deeply, though I have seemed to have earned the distinction. What was it like to assume the Archon of War's mantle? Well, at first I was unaware that I assumed any power beyond normal authority. It might seem obvious now, but war tends to confuse such things. I had no desire whatsoever to claim or accept such a responsibility under Kyros. It took years for me to fully come to terms with my own surrender and subjugation. But if I was meant for any title in the honored hierarchy of Archons, war seemed an appropriate one for me. In truth, I think of myself more of as a general and a father. Alright. I think that's good. We don't need to know. Tell me about your connection with soldiers. Every member of this favorite is precious to me as family. Their bloodlines are known and respected, their performance in combat beyond every expectation, and I would go any length in their service. They call me General or Archon, yet I consider myself a servant and guardian of these excellent women and men. But I suspect that isn't what you intended to hear, There's a deeper connection. Still, but to appreciate it, you must understand our history, my rebellion, and rise to power. I've heard those tales already. I like to hear about my relationship to the Legion grows deeper than anyone outside of it can fully comprehend. And it goes both ways. Our love and devotion protects and envelops us. We are a shield wall unto each other. You mean to tell me you protect your soldiers without lifting your shield? I am an Archon. Anything is possible. I can shield my devoted legion from harm and strengthen the fall of any hammer or sword. Those who follow me have shrugged off blows that would kill average women or men 10 times over. How is this connection possible? I could just easily ask who built the old walls. In the end, it doesn't matter. I am protective of every soldier under my command. Whether we share a tent or stand realms apart from each other, that doesn't change. Every member of my legion feels the influence I exert on them, and I am aware of their condition down to the finest cut. Consequently, are you unwell inside there? Ash looks to Barrick with concern. No, Archon. I am as fit as healthy as I ever was outside of this iron shell. In spite of Barrick's assurance, you can hear the lie in his voice. Very well. I trust you'd visit me if you required my attention. Are there any negative repercussions? Ash regards you in stoic silence, and for a time you can't decide if he's considering an answer or you've offended him somehow. No, my soldiers are protected, strengthened, and emboldened. In turn, I am secure in their safety. That's pretty cool. Alright, cool. Thanks, Graven Ash. That's cool. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go all the way down here. Momiko, I hope you join me this Friday for a wonderful stream, because it will be a Disney quiz stream. And I have a bunch of people who are going to be a part of it. It's going to be fun. Alright, so that's Sentinel Stand. Let's go back to Vendry as well. I need to go to LaFane's Crossing. Was it LaFane's Crossing? Where do I go? Oh, let me see. Journal. Let me go to journal. What is it? Broken Spirits of LaFane's Crossing. Oh, okay, so we gotta go to Haven. Right. Actually, hold up. What's our current mission? So that's... Okay, Trials of the Archon, all evidence, okay, Stirring Vision, into the Maelstrom. Okay. So here, Cato Village, submitted to this favored. Alright, and then there's Sunset Spire. I don't think we need to go to Sunset Spire right now. So yeah, and there is the bastard city. Let's go here, and then we'll go to Sentinel Stand. A group of mercenaries, members of the Bronze Brotherhood, are blocking the road to LaFane's crossing. What do these guys want, man? What do they want?
Sorry, can't. Sorry, can't.
Sorry, can't. Sorry, can't. Yoink. Boom. Alright. So who's this? Welby. Let's talk to Welby here. Hello? A tall woman stands here, surveying the area from a small overlook. She glances at you, immediately goes back to watching her surroundings. Welcome to Iron Hall Trail, Fatebinder of Tunon. She salutes you. My name is Welby, first axe of the Bronze Brotherhood, though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts, then opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind, you needn't burden with my problem. You needn't be burdened with my problems. While I appreciate you coming to me before speaking to Ratomon, you will need to be careful. He has, of late, been acting out of sorts, and any perceived slight can be a problem for the one who defends him. Choose your words carefully. What can I help you with? How could talking to you offend? How could talking to you offend? You chose to speak to the first axe before speaking to the actual first brother, the bodyguard before the leader. How could this mean anything but collusion and treason? I know I speak out of but I only wish to warn you. Tread lightly. Okay. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. We're mercenaries, plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything more. While it's true we have, in recent years, been a little more stationary than your typical crew, it doesn't change the fact that our services can be purchased if the price is right. We both know full well that the voices gave us were the only things that bought our allegiance to Kyros when the Overlord turned an eye to the crossing, even if our thanks for helping us be thrown out from our homes. Not that I hold any ill will toward you for it. Decisions have been made and there's always been someone who must pay the price. I hope you realize some people just don't like being asked to pay. Radomon? I'm thinking it's Radomon. Radomon will try to sell you on our long and noble traditions like we're some kind of altruistic saints who can do no wrong, but that story is as old and smelly as Grandmama Beastman tail hairs. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take a job that doesn't seem right to me, but a ring's a ring, and I'll go where the money leads me. 1 point, Radomon and I will agree on this. We did a job for Kyros, but we were not treated fairly. The Brotherhood is strong, and we have numbers. We will fight to the last man. I just don't agree with Radomon's methods. What does it mean to be First Axe? I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The First Axe protects and consults with the First Brother. I'm supposed to be Radomon's advisor, confidant, and guard. Lately, his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as First Act is to protect the First Brother, but I'm also sworn to protect the Brotherhood, and if that means the removal of Radomon, so be it. He has too many supporters in LaFane's Crossing right now to speak out against him. What do you think happened to him? Honestly, I couldn't speak to the cause, the stress of leadership, the battles with Kyros' forces, his night in the old walls. When you decided to remove the Brotherhood from the Crossing, it certainly set him off. Does it matter? His behavior is endangering the Brotherhood, and he must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt far more than simple toil. How would you run the Brotherhood? I wouldn't waste time on resources on petty vendettas. That much I can tell you. I like battle and I like rings, and with the Brotherhood, we used to get both regularly. All we have is fear. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. I want the disciplined regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we were treated unjustly, Radomon's methods for obtaining restitution are despicable. Sounds to me you are simply a coward. If you want something, you take it. Radomon has the right idea. True, acting like a child when you don't get what you want is not the behavior of a leader. I agree. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. Alright. Nope. Thank you. Alright, let us see. Okay, we got a new thing. Residual force, I believe? What does that do? Okay, so I guess there's a better cooldown. Can I do this? Fireball. Better cooldown. I need more lore skill. Rip. Alright, let us see something. Not Spire upgrade. Ooh, actually, though. Skill trainer teaches one-handed weapon. Skill trainer. Two-handed weapons, dodge, and athletics. Smith who regularly produces weapons. Ooh, that would be pretty good. We'll hire them. Yeah. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Reputation. I wanted to see our reputation. So the Scarlet Chorus, we okay in disfavored. We are loved by the disfavored. They love us. I do want to get a little bit. Let's see, Bronze Brotherhood. A mercenary company predominantly found. Okay, so what will they get? They'll give us Mighty Blow. Ooh. Range. Dominable and Intimidate. Ooh, that's really good actually. Vendrian Guard really fucking hates us. But you know what? Fuck the Vendrian Guard. Let's see, Lantry. We need to get Lantry up. I want to get him up so we can get Wheel of Ages. Barrack, we're pretty high with him. Verse, we are very high on loyalty with Verse, and even with fear. But Ebb, we have more fear with Ebb than loyalty. I want to get her loyalty up somehow. Tunon, we have a lot of favor with Tunon. Graven Ash, we are extremely favored by Graven Ash. Ooh. Voices in a Rot despises us. And Bledin Mark, he's okay with us. Alright. There's Radamon, and Will. A small figure stands before the armor-clad soldiers. His arms move wildly as he just... Absolutely not! I've come through Ironhall Trail more times than I can remember. No one has ever asked for a toll before, and I won't be paying one now. Who is this? Oh. You know, Fatebinder, surely you, of all people, can help me. My name is Asta, and I must get to Lafane's Crossing. I have goods to deliver. Tell this man I will not be paying a toll to him, or anyone, and he is to let me through. Greetings, Fatebinder. I am sorry you have been drawn into this. What you stumbled into is merely a conflict of changing times. I am Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Ironhall Trail is under our protection, and anyone passing through must obey our rules. If this gentleman would like passage to our land, a simple donation is required. He holds out his hand. These funds help our cause and keep Ironhall a safe place for all travelers. Clearly, you both can see the value in that. Aster speaks, his arms swinging about again, emphasizing the words. And who exactly is keeping it safe? You standing there with your weapons at the ready against me? His arms drop and he turns to you again. I'm not but a traveling merchant. I have no money to spare, and I certainly pose no threat to anyone. Keep this area safe indeed. He points at Will. You are the only threat here. Fatebinder, please talk some sense to him. The man will not be paying a toll today. Call your guards off and allow us passage. Just because you passed through before means nothing. Pay the toll now or head back. You try my patience. Here's payment for the merchant to pass unharmed. Thank you, Fatebinder. You've done a great deal of good today. Aster bows dramatically. He turns back. And you, brute! Move aside and let me pass. Will makes an exaggerated flourish and moves out of Aster's way. But of course. He raises an enormous hammer and stops Aster, pressing against his chest. Dough merchant, do be sure to have some rings on of your own for your trip back. I doubt your friend here will be around to pay your way through these lands twice. Will returns to his position, looks over his former genial mood gun. So, Fatebinder in our little corner of the world. Who would have thought this would happen? He spits between his feet and crushes. He spits between his feet and crushes it into the dirt with his boot. What? So he just. What? Who does that? I'm sorry. Who does that? Who does that? Who just spits on the ground and crushes the spit? That's weird. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? That's weird. While I appreciate your help dealing with that merchant, I'm afraid I can't let you pass until you have spoken with our leader, Radamon. Personally, I thought he was crazy saying you'd be visiting the Flames Crossing, but looks like I owe him a few rings. Not that there's a shortage of those out here. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? Don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. Someone made the mistake of giving this little man too much power. He's about to discover how. Thanks, but I can handle this myself. If you don't feel like playing the toll, I can point you the way you came if you need. I'll speak to Redman. Some aspects of this game is weird, really. Yo, real. While you are talking to Will, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair approaches, moving away from some men searching bodies of slain soldiers to the south. He watches you intently as he closes his angular features, pulling into a look of disdain. Ah, here's the Fatebinder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. One trip to Lefane's Crossing wasn't enough. Governor. He doesn't even mask the contempt in his voice. You had to return when no one asked you to come. Throwing me out of my home wasn't sufficient. Are you here to disrupt my life some more? He looks at his men who stopped to watch the conversation. You aren't done? He flicks his hand at them, and they return to their searching. It doesn't really matter when you're here, why you're here. I don't care. I have more important things to worry about. In case you've forgotten me already, my name is Radamon. I'm the first brother leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. But I'm sure you already know that. I couldn't help but see you over here talking to Will and that traveling merchant. Only for a moment, and already sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. I don't appreciate others invading my territory, Fatebinder. I told him he had to speak to you, Radamon. He wanted through, but I told him no. If you don't give me the signal, the Fatebinder isn't getting to Lefane's Crossing. No one will invade your territory. Radamon stares at Will for a moment, lips pursed, then continues as if Will never spoke. Lips pursed. Speaking of which, what did Welby have to say? He looks to the north where he stands watching. Has she already started filling your mind with lies about me? She and I are going to have a chat soon. I can't have my Furksacks countermanding me at every turn. I know she wants my position. Watch yourself while you are guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm in front of him, gesturing to the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye. Step out of line, we will both correct you. You are not welcome here. Wow, what a fucking dick. I could kill him right now. I can kill him right now. Just beat his ass. And I might just do that. You do well to watch your tone when speaking to a Fatebinder. I care not about Kyros' forces. I have already reaped the rewards of my loyalty, and I will not make that mistake again. You have taken my home. Exactly. Get the knife out. You've taken my home, but I will have it back. I won't cower when you raise your voice against me, lapdog. I'm not welcome in your land? This is your land. No, this is not your land anymore. Such arrogance is the precursor to a mighty fall, Fatebinder. I might not currently have control of Lefaine's Crossing, but we both know possessions are fleeting. Lefaine's Crossing is my home, and your imagined control for your lives doesn't change that. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna fight him. I knew you couldn't be trusted, Cad. The forces of the crowds will always show their true face. Push. Guards, we have a snake in my midst.
Come at me, Brady.
Get him. Alright. Let's do... let's do a little cleave on that guy. Oh, right. Cleave on that guy. Barrick, let's have you... Let's have you strike iron on that guy. Verse, I'm gonna have you... What should we have you do? We'll do burning iron on that guy, and we'll just have everyone keep doing what they're doing.
Can't do that. Right.
Beat him up. Beat him up.
On it. Will do.
Right.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Will do.
Do searing palm on this guy. Searing palm!
Wisdom is finally catching up to my age.
Sorry.
I'm not built for this sort of violence.
Get that push.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. Heads up. We have company.
Get him. Get him all.
Good work.
Here's rage. Attack this guy. Alright. Oh wait, versus leveled up. Let's give her. Let's give her more health. I feel like more health will do her good.
I'm on it.
Alright.
Trouble is afoot. Can't do that.
Oh yeah!
You cannot
Get him,
win.
get him. Punch. So my guy is doing unarmed.
Will do.
I can't take much more of this.
Alright. Man, that's what they get. Honestly, I don't care that I attacked the guy. Because, like, again, he was being disrespectful. He was being incredibly disrespectful. Like, I personally think if you're gonna be disrespectful, you should get your ass beat.
Slow down. Let's take a closer look.
Where? Where? Ooh, I see. Oh, did I forget to do her skills? Oh, let's give her... do that one. That one. Again, I personally think if you're gonna be disrespectful, I have the full right to beat your ass. You know? Because it's like, who the hell do you think you are? Stepping up to me like that. Throw down your weapons, mouth breather, Neficio, and I give you my word that you and your men will be brought back to Ash unharmed. Not only to face hard labor or the executioner's axe. Would Ash forget about the caravans we hijacked? You think you can just sweep that under the rug? The soldier saw her tone, but you can detect an undercurrent of something different. I don't deny that you will answer the Graven Ash. His word is law, and you will find yourself subjected to his mercy. Oh, my neck. To Lieutenant Box, a fatalistic laugh. I'm already familiar with Ash's mercy. He doesn't tolerate the Scarlet Chorus, no matter if we have had a decorated career. I could earn my name 10 times over under the voices in Arat. It wouldn't matter in Graven Ash's estimate. As far as he's concerned, we're just brigands and pirates. He grudges us for fighting in his war. This one has a fair point. Graven Ash never wanted the Scarlet Chorus to join the invasion, and only ever saw us as an obstruction. Makes you wonder how he would have fared on his own. I wagered that this favor would have fought themselves into extinction. Or into a better organized conquest, free of the division or disagreement. Conjecture is pointless. I think Ash would have subjugated the tears alone. I don't question it for a moment. Tactics and training are enough to win a war. The passion of the Scarlet Chorus is an empty promise. He nods. He nods to the argument. Looks like this is coming to a head. Debate all you want. You have nowhere to go. Drop your weapons or die here. Sucks to your options. I have a better idea. Get her, boys.
Send them at me in waves!
Fight. Why is there
Ready?
Can't wait to try that again.
Yes. Okay. Barrack. Let's increase Barrack. And then with Sentinel. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let's get Defender's Watch. Yeah. We get Defender's Watch, because that means everyone gets it's a little bit of a...
Right.
And yoink. Oh, I got a phone call. Give me 1 second. Okay, that was weird. That was a weird phone call. They just said buenas tardes and then they hung up. I think they might have gotten the wrong number. Buenas tardes. Yo, what up? Yo, what's good, dog? Curses. No way out. Hey, you. I'm assuming from that look on your face you're not here to help me escape. Turn yourself over to his favorite and be spared. As if I would ever believe such a lie, I'd just quickly run my blade through my guts and face a swifter death. But I'll start by killing you. It would be boring to die alone.
Come at me, Grace.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
You're not going anywhere.
You're getting too old for this.
Did I always have this much blood? I never had a chance.
On it.
Go after their healer. There we go.
On it.
Man, that was easy.
Son.
Might we not simply
I
break
can't.
it?
Yoink. Also, what makes one interesting thing about these two characters here, Verse and Barrick, is they're half brother and half sister. Barrick is Verse's half brother, and vice versa.
My Lord Binder, you have something which... What can I do for you?
Graven asks if you are unwell. What does he know that I don't? The Archon can be very free with his words, especially in the company of those he holds in confidence. And his care for the well-being of his soldiers is to be commended. However, I wish that he had said nothing of my condition. I would not give you the impression that I am unfit. Your condition? You mean your armor from the Battle of Sentinel Stand? You have a good ear for long-winded tales. Yes, this fortified prison of rusted iron occupies me to no end. But I am also concerned by what lurks underneath it. A year into this sorry state, my armor shows no sign of weakness. If anything, the plates have grown tighter. They need constant oiling if I'm to have any hope of sustaining a long march. There are other problems. I have not been able to inspect my body for wounds or infection. I know nothing of my physical condition until recently. I gave off a foul odor. Oh, poor guy. Until recently. Lean closer. Either my reek is gone or my nose has fallen off, and neither possibilities give me peace of mind. I also feel less of the irritation or discomfort that I once did. I've sat up awake at night wondering what it could mean. The range of possibilities frightened me. Do you think you're dead inside there? I don't know how that could be possible. It would make sense that I've rotted in this iron shell, and my body has given up to its last, or perhaps I died in the last battle of Stalwart and occupied this shape. And what would that make me? A skeleton, a shadow, an empty suit of rusted iron? It seems almost foolish to speculate. I am part of Ash's Legion, which is all that matters. I'm not the man I was when I entered the Stalwart. I've always known that, but these worries of mine force me to consider ideas that are better left unexplored. Thank you for listening. If nothing else, you can help me prattle off to no end. Have either of you noticed that you fight particularly
The thought has crossed my mind from time to time. During the many battles of the Conquest, we found ourselves standing back to back with enemies on all sides on more than one occasion.
The big guy here is as useless as an empty scabbard without his phalanx to keep him alive, but I move fast enough to compensate for it. And it's nice having a living wall of rusted iron I can use for cover.
Do you think this is because of your shared heritage?
If you want to attach some arcane meaning to the whole thing, be my guest. I couldn't tell you for sure. I doubt that a capable tactician could explain why certain soldiers learn to rely on each other.
In the disfavored ranks, the Oathbound seem to know more about synchronizing their efforts, and the same could be argued for the Scarlet Furies. I don't know how they pair up their units, but it isn't by virtue of blood. I would suggest that our fighting styles complement each other, but they do not. I would suggest that we get along.
Sentences. Okay, that was strange. Did you hear that? The next time I catch a whiff of Barrick's meaning, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I want you to.
Absolutely not. Our fighting styles are incompatible, and any disfavored lieutenant will tell you not to join at the hip soldiers who can't stop.
I'm inclined to agree. If you want to pair up fighters, there has to be some great passion or magnetism between them. We don't have it.
If neither of you is up to the challenge, then I won't force the matter.
Now see here, Verse's temperament and unpredictable ways are an annoyance, but no challenge is beyond my skill. Verse, we should take some time to face off in the sparring fields. It might even improve our disposition towards one another.
We're getting the siblings to like each other.
I'd rather watch you devour your armor one shaved off spoonful at a time.
This is what we do.
But since that isn't going to happen
when it
anytime
comes
soon,
to my
I
parties
suppose
and
I'll make an effort.
RPGs, they're like family to me. So I want to make sure we are like a well-rounded team. Ooh, they got a new combo ability.
At your service, Fate. What do you need?
The thought has crossed.
The big guy here is as useless as an empty scabbard without his...
Okay. So now they will now work together.
My Lord Binder, what can I do for you?
Let's see this.
The thought has.
The big guy here is as useless as an empty scabbard without...
I would suggest.
Sentences.
Okay. So nothing else there. Let's speak with
Well,
Lantry.
one moment, my friend. Just let me finish this thought.
Oh, Lantry. I love you. Alright. Yeah. We did it. Lo hicimos. Alright, now let's go to Sentinel Stand. Your journey is interrupted by the feral howls of hunting pack of beastmen. Their leaders, an impressive specimen, remain black as night and their bodies scarred from battle. Oh? We've been ambushed. Oh, they look cool. Oh! Oh! Put those things away! Before you towers a massive creature, furred flesh, her short black snout snuffling the air.
Know this scent. Stench of blood, sweat, battle, iron and death. Smells like alpha. Smells of strength. But is male.
How you doing, baby? I can be your male. Hey, yo! The beast woman cocks her head to one side, eyes bright with curiosity and red as fresh blood. Those eyes rove your body up and down, darkened with sudden heat. The look at that Repetitor bestows is great. I think she wants me. I think she wants me. Hey, yo, let's go.
Have been stalking human centrail. Have ranged many more than 5 nights through tribe and human territories of Tyr's land, hunting for human called Fate Binder, for human who woke horizon rock called Mountain Spire. Have hunted hot high, cold low, wet dry. Traipsed far until paws bled, but always human who smelled of alpha evaded beast woman. Had to sling through shadows, fast, quick, without rest to catch delicious prey at last.
She tongues her blade sharp. Discolored fangs, and exhales a pleased growl. Hey, I'm not looking for comment. I merely want to continue my way. Introduce yourself properly before I lose my patient. Amusing, but I have no time for peace or foolish jest. Slap them. To be like, get the fuck out of my face. Slap. I won't do that. I love her name though. Her name is sick as fuck. So I wonder if we can get her into our party because that name is sick. Your markings must be from the Shadowhunter tribe.
Fatebinder knows tribes of beast women. Curious human. Male who smells of alpha and knows of Shadowhunter tribe. Best tribe. Lost tribe of kills in shadow.
Hey, I'm not looking for conflict. I merely want to continue on my way.
Beast woman did not range so far, chasing scent and tracks of Fatebinder, only to step aside and watch human leave Beast woman behind.
Oh.
Nope. Will not move from way.
Explain yourself, Beastman. What is it you want?
Humans.
She hacks. The Beast Woman's nostrils flare wide and her eyes brighten with amusement.
No human called Fatebinder. Kyros breathes words on paper. Fatebinder binds words to earth and sky, makes ground tremble, makes night cry, blood and fire.
I merely read Kyros' edicts. I am but a vessel for the Overlord's great magic.
Fatebinder speaks and storms rage. Humans wail. Sun dies. Fatebinder speaks and rocks tear through flesh like killing claws.
She's confused.
Tribes of Kyros fear Fatebinder. Human Alpha claimed Horizon Rock called Spire, and Archons did not kill Fatebinder. Archons rolled over and whined, covetous.
Okay, so maybe you've heard of me.
Kyros hunts human realms to extinction. Rules tribe of blood and ruin, starvation and death. Seeks to slaughter beast women like prey. But beast women are not prey. Are not flighty, feeble-minded humans. Beast women are savage hunters. Bred to fight Kirut, like Fatebinder who smells of alpha. Strong always kill weak, then grow weak. Or killed is migration of life. What kills in shadow is not weak now. Will not be weak for many long seasons. Will join Fatebinder and survive Kyros' tribe.
You'd side with the enemy.
Enemy? No enemy. Only competition. Only strong tribes and weak tribes. Only win or die. Adapt to survive.
If you want to join me, you'll have to be as my
Kills
beta.
in shadow is not beta. But even alphas submit to stronger-willed primas. Many packs make a tribe. Is this not a thought humans also understand? Beast Woman will follow Fatebinder. Will not dominate.
Interesting. Primas, the leader of a beast tribe, a supremacy almost always held by a female. This rank is won and defended through vicious bloodshed and fights for dominance rather than birthright. Many alphas may exist within a single tribe, but only one can rise above the others as prima. Interesting.
Unless Fatebinder begins to smell weak.
Fine, but keep your nose to yourself.
Kills in shadow will not shelter stone whelps anymore. Scamper, run, flee! Do not want to see shadows lurking, stalking behind. Barb cleft his leader now.
The pack hesitates, causing Kills himself to emit a low, menacing growl.
Will not like if Kills in shadow catches sight or scent of stone mongrels again.
Cool. Oh, who should I? Let's
I will
take a
return to our
bunch
holdfast at
put
once.
Kills in shadow. All right. Kills in shadow. Let's see what she got going on. Let's give her extra health. Boom, boom, and boom. Let's see what's her thing. Ravager. Primal Scream requires 1 time. Roars of targets on cone, frightening them. If this ability is stealth, foes will be terrified. Strike forcefully with a weapon, dealing damage and sundering targets. Oh, interesting. Boom. Okay. Beast woman. Whoa. Okay. Let's give you some armor. Do we have any armor? There we go. Oh, she can't wear armor. Oh, wow. Okay. Is that all we have in terms of weapons? She has a lot of scars. Is there anything else I have? No, honestly, I think she could replace Barrick in terms of, like, tank status. But the problem with her, in my opinion, I don't know, because like I would rather have Lantry in my team, because at least Lantry has Lantry can heal us. I was using Lantry as our medic, so maybe I should have Lantry actually. Let's just go to Inspire, yeah. Go back to the Spire. I would like to have Lantry in my team to do healing. It sucks we can only have that many people with us. Who the fuck is this? Sadus, a sinewy man, looks at the horizon, legs firmly planted on the ground as he practices his strikes. And that fate binder is exactly what I advise you not to do. He laughs, punching the air again while adopting a quickness expression. That may work when you have 100 stone shields at your back, but someone like you requires a little more creativity. That's where I come in, or so your generous sum of rings had led me to believe. No respect for this favor? On the contrary, I have all respect for. I have all the respect and tears for them. They just don't happen to care for it. They're not fond of bastards, even if your mother happens to serve them with this favor. My boyhood dreams of joining the Legion and being cloaked in purple and iron, but now I spend my days dancing around fools that think a breastplate makes them a better fighter. I wouldn't have it any other way. How should one fight? Iron brows are crutches for unskilled. Interesting. I like to train. Yes! Level up non-combat. Let's parry. Let's get the most. Bravos. Fate Powder, come take a look. dirt-caked apex local jesters at old box at his feet. I've got a beastman cub in here. I doubt that very much. Step up to the huckster and peer down the box full of assorted junk, nothing more. Before you can comment, you notice him reaching for your ring belt out of the corner of his eye. I'm gonna slap him. Sorry about that, Faintbiter. Old habits, you know. I was only curious of how much you were carrying. Merchant needs to be aware of these things before he can charge an appropriate cost, eh? Revel sent your service. Are these stolen? No, I'm not direct license. Don't presume to understand, Kyros. I would need to consider the legalities. In the meantime, I'll take a look at your goods. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. We're only dealing with him because, you know, he has the stuff that we need to sell. Let's see. Boom. 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 Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. I'm gonna sell that there. And boom. Alright. Fate binders. Ooh. All this armor. I want that. I want that. We have scrolls, camping supplies. Alright, let's get that. Nice boots. We can't get the boots, apparently. We'll get all that. We'll send these gloves. I'll get that. Can we get the boots now? No, we cannot get the boots now. Dang. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Alright. Let's talk to our boy Lantry.
One moment.
We'll wait for a short while.
The beastwoman squats on her haunches, back bowed and face tilted forward as she meticulously grooms between the long, callous fingers of one paw. A mauve tongue laves the blood from her glistening claws. She glances up, a jerky, startled movement at your approach, but there's no fear in her, only reaction and instinct, only readiness to strike.
Fate Binder wants Beast Woman?
Huh? Excuse me? What do you mean by that? The reek of an unwashed feral animal, bloody and battle-worn, swallows you like a wet blanket, and you breathe through your mouth to keep it from retching out there. Had any good hunts?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
Crows. This blackness so striking. Oh, okay.
Waded up deep, murky stream near disfavored camp. Paw pawed in mud of bank, but did not leave tracks. Crept low and quiet to tent flap, scenting with tongue. Caught ironclads and dragged, squirming like hurt rabbits, into cold black depths of river.
Interesting.
Disfavored cannot swim like Beast Woman, only can sink.
If you're going to follow me, I'd like to know more about you.
Am best hunter. Am last of tribe. Tribe who killed king vipers, Alarion, and thorn stags extinct. Am alpha. Brood mother. Can smell earthblood like mystic.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
What else does Alpha to Kills and Shadow long to know?
Kills in Shadow, that's an interesting name.
Best hunter is clever hunter. Stalk slow and soft. Pad, silent. Strikes fast. kills without hesitation.
How did you end up with the Stone Stalkers?
Am not Stone Stalker. Lost tribe. Left Haven lands. Migrated east. Was alone long time. Hunted many humans. Killed. Raged like undying fire. Then found pack of stone whelps. Caitiffs, outcasts of tribe, who needed Alpha.
Could your tribe have been that different? I've run afoul of many a beastman in my day, and I find nothing that distinguishes their savage numbers.
Oh, my back's killing me.
Stake and see. We'll think kills in shadow memorable when insides are being ripped, slow dripping from ironclad shell. Is true. Am shadow hunter from Havenlands, but am last of tribe. After tribe was slain, kills in shadow loped to stone lands, stalking on long hunt for disfavored, but soon became needed by weak whelps, by stone stalkers who had been slaves and had not learned how best to fight.
Don't take it wrong. Don't take the wrong way. You seem like a born killer.
Did not kill out of mother's womb. All whelps suckle first, learn later. Beast woman's first blood was in second season after birth.
I'd like to know more about your tribe. Let's talk about other matters.
Lead conversation. Beast woman will follow.
Fate Bangder wants you to bathe.
I'm bathing right now.
Oh.
Don't simply drag your fetid tongue over another matted patch of fur. Stand under a waterfall or kneel in a stream. The crying statue in Edgering Ruins comes to mind.
Is washing with waterfall how packmate became trapped in iron? Did not think to shed iron shell first? Should let beast woman pry shell from ironclad. Then kills in shadow can play with disfavored inside. Yep.
Let's play a game. Immediately, the beast woman perks up. Pack's trainer has a red eyes rove you with interest.
Like playing with prey. Or with pack. Would play sometimes with stone whelps. Rut, mate, slaughter.
Excuse me?
I'm always down for a game. Unless it involves throwing and catching. In which case,
Is easy. Packmate chooses one of each. Rut, mate, slaughter. If prey is chosen, pack joins ensuing hunt. If packmate is chosen and both agree to game, then pack gets to watch.
Oh!
Rut, mate, slaughter, eh? Well, does it have to be 3 different people? I rutted with my old gang boss, Fine Ass. Mated him for a time, and then I killed him. Of all my days running with the chorus, I think I enjoyed asking the most.
Asking.
oh, I get it. Okay. I'd rut Barrack, since Kyros' forces need a little pillage and rape in return. I'd mate with Verse, mostly to take half of whatever land she's going to someday conquer. Obviously, I'd kill Lantry. Who wouldn't?
What? I'm old enough to be everyone's father. This is disgusting.
I love Lantry so much. Barrack looks at you and simply shakes his head in horror and disbelief.
How could beast woman choose any other? Would Rut ebb, good and hot fast? Would mate Alpha, and would slaughter, carve back to pieces, slowly, savoring while slicing flesh from neck. Yep.
Hey, you know what? At least I'm the person they would rather fuck than kill. I don't want to be killed. So, yeah, okay, alright. I want your opinion on something. The beast woman sits back on her haunches. She scratches under one hairy teat, snuffling at the hair. Alright, girl.
Fatebinder has good musk. It's good to ask beast woman for advice. Even strong Alpha needs cunning of bulwark at side.
What is a bulwark? The ranking second in command of a beast tribe, a position often held by the most savage of beast women. The Bolverk's primary responsibility is to enforce order and obedience within the tribe and carry out the primal's commands. In the smallest structure of a pack, the Bolverk performs the same duties in loyalty to the Alpha. How would you assess our progress?
On stealing territory of beast women lands humans call realms of Tearsmen. No Fatebinder claimed territory of Vendrian's well. Is good for pack, good for disfavored. Should Kyros in Shadow care outside of that? Fatebinder claimed Horizon Rock called Mountain Spire at Vendrian's well. Should claim more, take power as own, become stronger and stronger. Kyros rules own tribe and crushes threats to territory with attacks called edicts. Fatebinder should learn same mystic strength. Even Archons cannot win against edict. Yep. Our best attack we'll use to kill, survive.
How would you have us
Do not
proceed?
like disfavored, but ironclads are strongest of humans. Return from throes of death. Fatebinder should help disfavored death defeaters. Should always side with pack that will win.
I agree.
But after, Kyros in Shadow will slaughter, rip rend. Will kill ironclads extinct. Will not hold back even for Alpha.
You're right. The disfavored are strong and merely
Fatebinder on Kyros in Shadow will use disfavored until disfavored cannot rise from death throes again.
Your sense of allegiance leaves something to be desired, Fatebinder.
Oh, shut up, Beric. If I ever thought you or the creature posed this significant threat, my actions would speak louder than my words. Your judgment leaves me in little doubt. What do you think of the others in our pack? Her red eyes darken with cunning as she shifts her stance, hunkering low as if to spring an attack, but rather than strike, she rakes clawed fingers through her thick mane, thinking, assessing.
Are brazen, callow, are not as savage fast keen as beast woman, but are not weak. Fatebinder whelped good, tough pack.
What's your thoughts on Lantry? Insufficient reputation, she shakes her matted dark mane and brisk refusal to answer. What are your thoughts on Barrett?
Beast woman does not like disfavored, but Kyros in Shadow likes Barrack. Will not kill human yet. Want to hunt good and long, make bleed, scream, writhe, mangle before kill. Human is tough like stone wall. Is hidden behind iron's shadow where beast woman cannot smell or scout weakness. But is noisy like crashing boar, easily stalked.
This is the first time since Stalwart that I've felt vulnerable. I don't fear swords or spears, but this beast is something different.
What are your thoughts on Verse?
Good hunter. Reeks of blood to death. Savage swift like beast woman.
That's a higher compliment to the beast than to me, but I appreciate the thought.
What are your thoughts on Ed?
Human brood mother. Mystic. Is strong.
The first time I've been called a broodmother. Though it's not wholly inaccurate. Twins count as...
Yeah, it's because-
Lead conversation. Beast woman will follow.
We should start as how best to deal with our enemies and our allies.
Best way is with bloodshed. Fatebinder has many allies. More enemies. Which do Fatebinder and kills in
Kyros and Arkham.
Fatebinder's tribe. No packs well.
What do you know of the disfavored and Graven Ash?
Disfavored hunting slave beast women. Only predators to rival tribes. Dislike. Admire. Envy skill. Want to stalk. But disfavored do not yowl easily. Have taken killing teeth and throat, carving claws and gut, and survived. Alpha laves pain from pack. Makes pack tougher. Deadly threat. Fatebinder walks, rubbing shoulder against shoulder with disfavored. Aligns with strongest predator. Kills in Shadow understands, but Beast Woman will not be enslaved.
This beast is clearly intelligent, but it's still a wild animal. Not something you can truly
Bringing creatures into the military fold invites chaos. It can never end well.
Let's, What do you know of the Scarlet
Fate
Poison?
Archon with many voices is vicious, cunning feral, good, desirable alpha. But Pack is rank, has taint of rotten meat. Pack wails, bleeds from relentless infighting. Even bulwarks cannot wrestle whelps into control. Strong. Fatebinders. No Chorus and his favored fear Fatebinders more than Chorus and his favored fear each other. Means Fatebinders are better war makers, better blood spillers. Would like to fight, but Fatebinder bows to none. Cannot fight within Pack without answering to Pack's bulwark. Archon cold-blooded mock. Humans of these lands, of Beast Women lands, humans called Tearsmen who struggle twist fight against Fatebinder's tribe.
Very interesting stuff.
Which would Fatebinder have kills in Shadow stalk for slaughter first?
What do you know?
No
of
Pack
Adventuring
was
Guard?
defeated by Kyros' tribe. Was small, easily hunted first time. Struggled, fought back to paws and knees. But could not have won second time. Was like hare challenging wolf.
Oh, cute way of putting it. Though I think Kyros technically has two tribes that like to knock us around time and time again.
Many humans live in Beast Women lands. Kills in Shadow, no lying kith. Are not brood brothers, use bronze killing claws. Smell of tanned hide, blood, piss, and fire water. Fight like black-striped jackals. Laughing, nimble, reckless. Fight for trinkets, not survival.
What do you know of the Unbroken?
Strongest humans in Beast Women lands. Earth blood must pump hot fast through veins. Are tenacious, undefeated. Stand tough as mountains, even against disfavored.
Do not get taken in by the Unbroken reputation. The people of Stalwart are fond of rewriting history in favor of...
Lead conversation. Beast Woman will follow.
Tell me more about
Nope,
Beastman
nope.
tribes. Nope. Okay, that's understandable. Do you know anything about the magical guilds in the tiers?
Kills in Shadow does not understand human behavior towards mystics. Tribes should value, protect mystics. Not treat like outcasts, caitiffs forced into separate packs. Humans fear and snivel, snap at own mystics. Until mystics become strong alphas like Archons. Then humans grow. Maybe Fatebinder understands ways of human mystics better.
What do you know?
Strange pack. Dispersed. Sage humans know each other, but prefer lone wolf travel. Are clever, harder to hunt. Smell of coal ink and rotted trees. Leave Beast Women alone most times. So, Kills in Shadow likes.
What do you know of the Forgebound?
Forgebound are builders, not fighters. Are like slaves to own human pack. Work without rest. Are weak and submissive, but can mold hard gray ore like pressing paw prints into mud.
What do you mean they're like slaves?
Forgebound make better than iron, killing claws and hard pelts all day for kith of other pack. Why give to others if have choice? Rock, ore, heart and skin of Tarotus. Smells like iron, but is different. Forgebound mold gray ore to give tribes teeth and claws. Carve better.
What would you call them weak? Alright.
Lead
More
conversation.
What do you know of
Earthshakers
Earthshakers?
draw power from Earthblood like stone stalker mystics, like beast women. Archaeans pack, yep, are strong, but are tearsmen. Smell more of stone lands, more of Earthblood than disfavored, yep.
Have you had past dealings with the Earthshakers?
If by dealings, Fatebinder means hunts and killings, then yep. Earthshakers crushed Shard-Nip tribe in South Stonelands. So Kills in Shadow slaughtered pack of Earthshakers in North near Howling Rock.
Earthblood. Do I even want to ask?
Beneath dry soil, Wet earth blood beats, thrums. Fatebinder's ears cannot hear surging blood song.
I'm certain this earth blood is more an arcane or abstract notion, not actual blood in the soil. Her senses are attuned to some.
These are arcane teachings. Okay.
Lead conversation.
Tell me about the magic
Nope.
Nope. Alright.
What now does Fatebinder wish
I'd
to
like
eat?
to spar with
Beast Woman gets to play fight with Alpha?
She immediately perks up, salivating and snarling happily as she rises on hind legs and swipes several practice swings to limber up. She splays her dark claws wide and pins you with an eager, blood-curdling stare.
Come!
Before you can step even a single foot forward, the beast woman surges for you without warning, without waiting, tackling you hard about the waist. The force of her weight slams into you, her muscled shoulder rammed into your gut. You both tumble to the ground, a tangle of limbs, hair, and claws. Headbutt her. Bam! Headbutt. Hands gripping her hairy shoulders to steady yourself, you ram your forehead as hard as you can into her swarthy snout. Bone crunches audibly, and Kills and Shadow howls, rearing back as blood spates down the front of her chin and throat. She gnashes her red-tinged fangs, pained and furious, and looking for a moment as if she may very well tear your throat out. But then she licks the blood coating her lips and grins at you dangerously. Beastwoman likes fighting with Alpha. She purrs and carefully, sensually crawls back to... Hey, ho, ho! Whoa!
Am blessed of tribe.
Okay.
Lead conversation. Beast Woman will follow.
Alright. Okay. She's trying to be sensual towards me? I think she... Damn. Alright. Okay. Let's increase... I want more lore, so let's increase spell strength and magic defense. So we'll get more on wits, and then... Ooh, I could get magical prodigy. Fury of blows. Duelist. Powerful blow to the head. Monarch increases critical damage. Mastery. Expose weaknesses. I think I'll get Blitz. Give myself an actual fighting stance. Boom. Yeah. Alright, let's talk to Eb real quick. Yo!
What is it you need?
Oh look, another beast woman. There's Corpse Eye. Well, if it ain't the big bad boss, come to take a look at my wares. Handpicked from the finest battlefield corpses I could assure you. Little B boss. Let's see what you got in stock. Let's see. Ooh, that'd be great for her. Crimson Spear armor. A lot of Scarlet Fury. So what is this? Only Kills and Shadow can equip this. We'll get that for Kills and Shadow. Oh, we can't even afford it. 8. I'm sorry. 80 bronze rings. Damn. 80 bronze rings is wild. Alright. Let's talk to the beast breed. Lone Fang. Fatebinder returns wearing scent of scared prey. Has fresh kill, yes? Do you have anything for me? Yes. We'll show human. Now, what are you selling? Oh, she doesn't sell. She just gives us stuff. Okay. And then that's if we want to rest. Okay. Let's talk to Kills and Shadows again. Maybe we exchange verse for her.
Fate binder.
Okay. Sorry.
Goodbye
verse.
to you too.
We'll take her. And then where's verse? Where's verse? Where is verse? Verse is up here. Okay. So let's talk with verse real quick. See if there's anything we can talk to her
At your
about.
service. What do you need? What did you have in mind? Well, if you're baiting me for a compliment, I don't have a gang anymore, and I wouldn't throw in my lot with any of the killers floating around the Scarlet Chorus ranks. The fact of the matter is, if that puts me at odds with my Scarlet Chorus ties, so be it. I'm not such a camp follower. You've satisfied your curiosity, so let me satisfy mine. Why are you keeping a little scrap of a thing like me around?
I could start a romance with her if I wanted to, which would be interesting. I consider us friends, don't you?
Oh, boy. We're getting into that territory, are we? Look, I know that folks tend to buddy up when they're in a camp together, but I can promise you I'll stay loyal to your cause for as long as you'll have me. But I can't promise that we'll share anything more intimate than a stiff drink.
That's cool, but we homies though. Alright.
I got it.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. We will now go to Sentinels. Now we will go to Sentinel Stand. This is gonna be such a long fucking game, I just know it. My back's killing me. It's over here. Okay.
His strongest human den in stalwart lands is cracking, crumbling, and old.
I want to see how well she does. That's why I'm bringing her with us. If not, we will exchange her back for verse, and we'll just get it. I just want to have Lantry with us because Lantry's my healer. This guy heals. This guy's a great healer, so I have to have him.
Sorry, can't.
The boat is a circle the center of the stand. Has long since come to the harsh environment. Radovic. The scout straightens as you approach. Are you the support Ash sent out? Yes, I'm Tunon's Fatefinder. Glad to hear it. You can never be too careful out here. I'm half blind from the storm, and you agents of the Court don't always stand out, no offense. We've been patrolling the outer walls, but there's no sign of the enemy. Either they know not to come here, or they're better at hiding than I credited. Damn rebels shift about of the winds. Have you run into any Unbroken recently? No more than a fortnight ago, but she dashed off right quick before we could knock arrows. They're cautious lot, but cunning. Not even Kyros could have expected them to use the storm to their advantage. Can we enter the fortress? In these winds, I wouldn't venture to try if I had 1,000 shields to guard me. Come take a look and you'll understand.
Sorry, can't.
Aha, that's why we search the items.
Sorry, can't.
Nothing has changed. This is the very storm that shattered the Unbroken, and this favored alike. Thank you for bringing me here, Fatebiter. Beric regards the wind wall, the master tornado, and the inner keep, which is but a distant outline. Stratius Herodin, the last stalwart regent, cowers behind the walls of his castle, and we won't be able to reach him through this storm. This place brings back unpleasant memories. The storm didn't leave much behind. A year of brutal weather will do that. Kyros' edict of storms devastated the once mighty realm of Stalwart, but all but wiping it from the map. There isn't much left of the old country, save for the Unbroken and their stubborn pride. You were at the Sentinel stand during the war. Regrettably, the general's daughter and members of her cohort were captured in the second year of the war. By the third, we had tracked her to the Sentinel stand. We knew that the edict was coming, but thought it was worth the risks. The battle dragged on longer than it should have, and we got caught in the storm. That was the day I woke up encased in this be-damned rust bucket. And why this brings to mind unfinished business. Tell me about the regents. They were bureaucrats and diplomats, all drunk on their own self-importance. Stratius Herodin never impressed me, but the people of Stalwart revered the man. Cowardice must run in the regent bloodline. When the edict struck, Stratius hid in his castle and watched his country fall to pieces. An honorable man would have died for his people. I kind of agree. Couldn't say. The powers fighting over this realm must have some notion, otherwise they wouldn't squabble for control of this blasted wasteland. We should track down someone with answers. Do you hear that? You catch an odd sound in the wind, a low moan hidden in front of the cacophony swirl of dirt and metal debris. The clouds of dust seem to close in upon you. Within them you see patches of glowing red. Oh my god! The fuck is that? Alright, what can you do? Beric, I'm gonna have you strike iron on that one. Lantry, you keep doing what you're doing, and then we'll go back to me.
Ready?
If I had kids, they'd be feeling that one.
Right.
Fireball!
Keep your filthy hands off me!
Shadow Hunter is best hunter, best killer, best beast whisperer.
Sorry, can't.
Woo! We did it! We survived, whatever that was. The bane are gone. The unnatural cries silenced, leaving only a tornado's violence in the ear as the dust clouds recede. You spot a crouched figure on the wall.
Fatebiter, look there, atop the walls. We aren't alone.
Right.
It's over here. Nothing in this little area. Let's go back. Clear that little thing. The loot. We gotta get our loot. Second. Alright. Yeah, we'll talk to him in a second. I got shit to do. Janos, the soldier, kneels behind the ruined parapets. You can tell by his raiment, old stalwart gear, that he's an unbroken soldier. He peers at you with a mixture of caution and curiosity. You handled the Bane well enough. But what brings you to this forsaken place? He pauses, a recognition dawns in his eyes. You don't look like the typical rank above Kyros' army. But you're no son of stalwart either. Squints at your raiment and takes your measure. No. You're the Fatebinder who broke past the Avenging God. I think you'll find yonder wind wall a tougher nut to crack than the Apex Citadel. I'm here to end the Edict of Storms. Is that how it works? Kyros casts an edict and sends lackeys to the cleanup effort. In that case, I'm glad we're still independent of you Imperial gods. I suggest you make like a storm and blow because you're not getting inside this fortress. When you report back to your master, tell him that first Scout General sent you off with your tail tucked between your cheeks. Right. Why do the Unbroken hate Stradius Hiriden? He's a spineless old man who hides behind his soldiers and doesn't possess any values he hammers into others. Oh, sorry. I was talking about Graven Ash. Would that I had the strength to tear down this wall and kill him myself. Hiriden is a relic of the past, and we're looking to the future. We don't have any hope of squirming out from under Kyros' thumb while the old regent enjoys his twilight years, sipping dusty wine, hiding from the war. What can you tell me of the regents? The regents were our royal family that governed Old Stalwart and protected our borders. They governed Old Stalwart and protected our borders and rallied our armies when in need. Kyros' butchers left but one regent standing, and he's as useless as a mustache on a mallet. Do you know anything about Graven Ash's daughter, Amelia? Sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm not good with names, and your voice isn't carrying over the winds. Impertinent scum! Climb over that wall and let me beat that truth out of you. What do you know about the Edict of Storms? The storm will continue for as long as Stradius Hiriden lives. I wager that we're both keen on stopping the old coward's heart. Though I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you never get any closer to the Sentinel stand than this. What are the Bane doing here? Following some scent of magic, at least? That would be the safest assumption. I have a hypothesis that when gathered in large enough numbers, they'll communicate their song, albeit one so sure we can't hear it, and I think I'm boring even me, so I'll shut up now. She snorts in disgust. Do you know anything? The Bane are drawn to Kyros' magic like flies around a corpse. This whole region is polluted with the Overlord's reek. Nowhere more so than the wind wall before us. Mind yourself around their claws, Fatebinder. It said that once the Bane have you in their clutches, they never let go. How can I get inside Sentinel Stand? Throwing yourself into the wind wall comes to mind. Take a few steps inside and see how long it takes for the wind to strip you down to a skeleton. I'd love to stay and chat, but it's high time I reported your presence to my superior officer. He's seen you, Fatebinder, though you might not see me. Damn that vain southern wretch. The Unbroken know the territory better than us. I take every opportunity to flaunt it. What was that scout even doing here? Look, there's a corpse on the wall. Might be a closer look. Can't tell from here, but I think it's wearing disfavored colors. Man, I could have just gone up and beat the shit out of him. Oh, man. Amelia's battle standard. This appears to be a scrape of the battle standard carried by Amelia, the daughter of Archon of War. Uh-oh. The body has been here a long time. The story is long since arrows came from tucked away in one of the gondolas to find a scrap of the distinctive battle standard. That's the general's family's crest. Amelia and her Nuda must have come through here. It seems a lifetime ago that we marched on the Sentinel stand. At least this proves we were right on track. So close too. The girl might still be alive out here. Tell me about her. She was always headstrong, took after her father in that regard. She also demanded that the Legion treat her like an ordinary soldier whenever possible. Though in truth, she was far from ordinary. She's not an Archon like Ash, but she's vicious with a sword and good with her troops. I sparred with her outside the bastard city and almost lost an ear from my troubles. What makes you think she's alive? Ash's protection would keep her standing long after anyone else would have fallen. I don't like to think that she's endured in her imprisonment, but we can help put it behind her. Blah 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 blah. That has favored our hardy folk. A hammer to the skull, sword to the gut, an arrow to the spine. We don't go down easily. We can march for days without cracking a yawn. Of little else I could guarantee, but I know this much: the daughter of Graven Ash can outlast any prison. So, what are the next steps? asked Spados to bring order to the region, but we need to learn as much about his daughter as possible. I heard tell of an unbroken fort called Duskwatch. One of our soldiers has been imprisoned there since around the time Amelia's unit went missing. I'll wager anything that if we shatter the Unbroken's defense, we'll know about her, more about her whereabouts. Beric is correct. They took Callie as captive. Supposedly one of the stone shields who traveled with Amelia. You ought to make contact with Osmios, the commander in charge of taking Duskwatch. I'm sure he would appreciate the aid if they find her. You go on ahead. I need to double back and relay this to Ash. That should raise the old man's spirits, eh? Yeah, I guess. Alright, I guess we just, I guess now we just double back. Check our reputation real quick. Lantry. I want to get Lantry liking me more. Beric. Yes. Verse. Yes. I need a. I need to get Eb's loyalty up. I'll probably. Kills in shadow. Oh, that sounds awesome, actually. What the fuck? Alright. Let us continue on. Let us continue on. What's this? Oh, that's the in-game menu. Any missives? No missives. Alright. Duskwatch Fort. I think we'll end it here for now. Because my back is hurting. Like, my back is literally killing me right now. I just need to lay down for a bit. Oh. So I think we'll end it here. We'll just save game, and we'll end it here for tonight. Thank you all for joining. My brain hurts. Thank you all for joining. Tomorrow is, I believe, Tuesday, and according to many Christians, the rapture, which is weird because I don't believe in the rapture. I don't think the rapture is a real thing because it is not a real thing. It's not even in the Bible. The rapture is not in the Bible at all, actually. I don't know why there's some Christians who believe in the rapture because it's not in the Bible. It isn't. Show me where in the Bible that the rapture is a thing. Just saying. But whatever. I don't want to get into religion, but tomorrow's Monday. No, Tuesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm stupid. Yeah, so tomorrow's Tuesday. I won't be streaming tomorrow, sadly. I do have that as my mental health day just for me to go to, therapy and as well as just take time for me. But Wednesday we will play either more Tyranny, or we'll play some more Shadow Hearts, or we'll just do something else just for funsies. We could also, and on Thursday, we are gonna play Silent Hill F. Yep, I was able to get my grubby mitts on the game. I did a lot of odd jobs to get the money to be able to afford to pre-order the game, so I pre-ordered it. And we'll be playing it Thursday when it comes out, because I believe it comes out on Thursday, I believe. I'm pretty sure it comes out either Thursday or Friday, but I'm pretty sure it's Thursday. And because Friday we're doing our little Disney stream. And Friday, for the Disney quiz stream, we're gonna have the little quiz for the big part of it, and then we might play a Disney PS2 game if possible. If not, it's probably just gonna be the quiz. But yay, Disney. All right, good night, everyone.